like I'm
Sometimes you gotta use what you got to get what you want.
No, I want at the bottom of it.
At least be a
to
top.
get to the bottom of it. Oh, you a munch?
Hey, when the camera came on, I felt like Nick Cannon said, "Oh, we on the air out here." So,
Yes,
If a
we're on
girl
the
was to
air.
call me a munch and we broke up, we fighting.
a munch? What's a munch?
This whole little thing they have now,
you didn't hear the
it's like a
song?
song. I haven't heard the whole song. Of course, it's like one of those TikTok things
Well,
where
no, it's a
munch,
legit whole
I guess,
song.
is
She tells you
a
in the
guy
song what
that-
he is.
you come over, y'all don't do nothing. You just eat the box, and then you go home.
Oh, he call you a munch.
That's what they call a munch.
That's
yeah.
why you a munch.
Yeah, we fighting.
Dirty.
In front of everybody. Yeah.
You ain't getting nothing.
That's how
out
people
the
come
deal.
up missing.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a bad time to say that. It's
So bad.
time to say
Very
that.
bad timing.
I'm just
I
saying.
voiced one.
I'm
been
voice
real.
2.
All right, Voice 3 about to get canceled.
Hey, what's up, y'all? As y'all can see, man, we don't take nothing serious. Back in the office, another week, another episode. Yeah, what's up? Hey, man, we're going to dive right into this thing. As always, we want to shout out to our sponsor, Autumn Fresh Cleaning Services, LLC. I don't think I say that enough, but whatever. I don't have to. Yeah, for all your essential residential and commercial needs, man. Yeah, thank you. Well, cleaning has a feel to it. They ain't paying me for this yet, so I can say how I want to say it.
As long as I mention it, it's all good.
Yeah, the niggas that do water cleaning, you know, the broom, mop. Yeah. Man, we've been in this series. I don't even know what to call the series, but we just been in this series about Jesus.
Yeah.
And we kind of want to stay in that vein, stay in that pocket. So today we got a guest. Really family though, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Low-key.
This is house. This is the room.
We visitors. We visitors over here.
Yeah, man.
If this episode is cut short, you know why.
Right. He pulled all the
Yeah,
strings.
when
Like,
he-
yeah,
when
wrap
he
this
get
up.
up, nigga,
You see him pull his phone out. You see the text like, yeah, cut it.
yeah. None other though than man, Pastor Brandon Johnson, man. What's up?
Yes,
bro?
welcome. Welcome to the front.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
So let me give this disclaimer. First of all, this might be my living room on other days, but this y'all living room right
I
now.
appreciate
Okay.
it.
I'm on y'all platform, so I
Appreciate
want to
that.
shout out Our Opinion Podcast.
Sweet.
Appreciate that.
Just say how much I appreciate you and trusting me to be on your podcast as a guest. Usually I'm sitting behind the camera. And shout out to Nice Media. Shout out to Peaches, my wife.
Yeah.
Shameless plug, you know.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
yeah, shout out to you.
Always shout the wife out.
Yeah.
Even when it's about
You don't want to get canceled.
You.
yeah,
Exactly.
no, man.
So
Well, y'all
yeah,
honor me. I'm
Right.
honoring somebody else.
no, so I am grateful that you allow me to be on this platform and be able to have a voice.
Man,
We appreciate you.
I guess today I'm voice 4.
That's right.
We definitely appreciate. So, because I want to say the whole thing. Say the church. It's Saint.
St. John Congregational Church and Community.
Oh, so I can't. Okay, bet.
Yep.
Okay,
Podcast.
This your podcast. You say, whatever you want to say.
St. John
So
Community Podcast.
definitely. So here's why. Personally, I want to kind of put extra emphasis on thanking you, man. It ain't too often that you hear the perspective or the willingness from the pulpit.
Mm-hmm.
Most preachers and pastors, they don't want to talk. They don't want to get. I want to say they don't want to get dug into. No, but they don't want. They don't want. They don't. They don't want the mess. People asking questions
Yep.
and but we
Or
want
is it real?
yeah. But we want to stay in that vein today. In this episode we call Preach, the pulpit's perspective.
Nice.
Kind of just want to bridge the gap and talk. We're moving from pew to pulpit. We heard everybody down there what the expectations they have on the leadership, the head of the church and the man of God. And now we want to flip the script.
Right.
Yeah, I expect something out of
We
you.
go. What is we flipping?
The page, the script. That's the word, right? Flip the script.
You said it this time.
What I said the first time.
Strip. You put a An H and not.
We got stars down there.
No,
on
we're
YouTube.
okay.
6 stars. I think you get 99 cents per star or something like that. Sometimes you got to use what you got
To get what
get
you.
what you want. Hey man, so I'm a. You said you grateful to be here. That's until I start asking questions.
Let's see how great we
Say
been
that
on.
now. Yeah. How long have you been pastoring, man?
So I got installed by my dad in 2015. He has, officially installed me as pastor. However, my dad and I served alongside each other. I was always serving with him, next to him. But I fully started pastoring in terms of preaching every week, stepping into that role for the last 2 years.
Okay.
So
That's what's up.
really, I would say for the last 2 years.
Okay. Got you. How is it, man?
It's challenging.
Dealing with
It's been a journey. Huh?
Yeah, dealing with, and when I say that, man, it's a soft, but I really mean it. Like, how is it? Because people is a mud, man. Like, dealing with people, we ain't talking saved, not saved, black, white. We just people. Period. Yeah. Going to work a 9 to 5.
Niggas be nigging.
Yes.
Okay.
So what is that like, man?
So here's what the beauty and the curse of what I do. On the day-to-day, I have a community center where we house the homeless, help them get reinserted back into society, things of that nature. So every day, my 9 to 5, so to speak, even though it's not really a 9 to 5, this is a 24-hour job.
Gotcha.
I deal with homeless individuals who've come from all walks of life. So let's take the pastoring part of it out and deal with the person. So that is what my week looked like Monday through Saturday.
Gotcha.
And then Sunday, I step into the role of preaching and pastoring from the pulpit. But it is challenging because at the end of the day, pastor by title, I'm a man first.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Absolutely.
And that's what I
was,
want to.
I was born a man, raised a preacher.
And aisle 6 admire you just getting
Right.
water and bread for the house,
100%.
and they just like, I need
Excuse me,
pastor
sir.
right. Yeah, you're like, no, I don't feel like laying hands in aisle 6 and praying. No,
I gotta get home to my family.
yeah, I'm late as is.
Yeah.
I just left, and I know. So, what are the? Just dive right into it, then, man. What are the pick me ups from days like that? Like, is there like a set of? And some of my questions are coming kind of. I'm interested in knowing, and kind of I'm also on the outskirts looking in. Is there like a pick me up where it's just like you go kick with other people, other men, or the leaders, or is it just like days where it's just like, bro, I don't feel like
chill
being
out
a
and
preacher, a pastor. I don't feel
husband,
like
a daddy.
you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure some days, I'm gonna say it anyway. Some days I just want to go home and get a stiff one and just call it a day. I don't feel like doing nothing. That mean a drink, ladies and gentlemen.
So for one of the things that
Watch
I like,
golf and just be like disconnect from everybody. What is that like though?
so for me, I try to lately. I've been giving myself Thursdays to kind of
Show your day.
that is my opportunity to try to rest.
Feel sad.
Try to and now granted, I don't hang out with a lot of people. And I don't say that arrogantly. I say that respectfully. I'm very careful and cautious who I hang out with,
Right.
Who I spend my time with. I'm also a husband, a son, somebody's pastor. I still have a job to do through the week. So the majority of my time, if I'm not being a son, I'm being a husband, being a father. So when I do get those days off, or I have to take those days.
Got you.
And I don't get them as often as I feel like I need to.
Yeah.
But I try to take that day to be at peace, try to think. My father would always say, you can always think yourself out of a situation. And many times you got to be able to sit back and you got to be able to look at life from a different lens.
Gotcha.
Think long,
And so
think
that's
wrong.
so that's Thursdays is essentially my time to try to take some time to figure out things, decide next plan, next moves, things of that nature.
Do you voice that?
Like a reboot. Like a
It's a
reboot.
Gotta
Do you voice that though? Here's why I ask that. Again, I'm trying to help somebody, man. Really, in a sense, because there's a, and I'm using lingo not to belittle someone,
Right.
but kind of just give a obvious the obvious difference.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help the pew member right now.
Yes, sir.
But there's a lot of pastors that they take a day and it's
And
like
everybody know, like on
like,
Thursday,
you
bro,
cannot
don't-
contact
I'm doing this.
me.
Like, why
You
are
can't
calling me?
contact me on this day.
Or do
It's
you just
already,
do it and people just unconsciously don't know? And I'm trying to help the person
got you.
because
Yeah,
y'all
some
need
people will be
we need
like-
to know this.
Right. So I do it, and the only people that really know that I am trying to take that day is really my wife. So in fairness, I don't turn my phone off because I can't really afford to.
Got you.
Because there's certain people, certain things that need to be done that I just have to do or that I have to go see about.
regardless.
So I can't.
of,
Right. So even on my day off, in terms of
still working.
I'm still I may still have to serve.
But what's the disconnect like though? Because and here's why I'm digging into that. So because it's a necessity, bro. And you, the very first thing you said, a couple things. I'm a man first, but I'm a husband. I'm a son. And sometimes we don't know that, and we forget that, and we just the expectation is
You're a
pastor.
Yep.
So and that comes with
You supposed to be
better
there
answer
for
this
me.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You-
you supposed to
or-
be there.
or
It's
not,
like,
or
no.
not that we don't know it. I think a lot of times people just overlook it
Mhm. and they
because
forget that
we don't care.
the
same
sad part
way you
is
want a
the
rest
sad part
day.
is your emergency is
it's
not,
not
my
on my
emergency.
yep.
You know what I mean? Your failure to plan ahead or failure to plan properly, that doesn't equate to my emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? A lot of times people don't kind of look at it in that sense to where it's, hey, this is 911 for me.
Yeah.
But it's
But
not
for you, hey, I'm having daughter day, having ice cream.
Yeah.
This is 911.
Right. This
for
is
me.
911.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've been
Here with
pushing it off
her.
from Sunday to Wednesday.
Yeah.
So today it's a necessity.
It's our day.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is-
like
can't let nothing interrupt this. Like
how do I balance being the man, the man, because you got to be the man in your house,
Yep.
and a man, a father. Where's the balance? Like,
So I'll be honest.
how you even talk to God about that? Like,
You have
Lord.
to. You have
got to talk to God.
You have to plan, and in fairness, you do have to project to people, you know, that hey, I do have these things happening. I don't want you to feel like I'm putting you off, but you have to let people know that I do have a life, because people will entitle themselves to your time,
Exactly.
and they will expect out of you, especially when the office of a minister or a pastor. The Bible talks about to whom much is given, much is yet required. So too much that you're given a platform, much responsibility and expectation comes with that platform. But at the end of the day, that's why I made the point first to say I am a man first.
Yep.
I have a
And whatever I
responsibility.
have to do
I have a
first.
duty to make sure that because I'd be backwards. I have a duty to make sure my children are taken care of, my wife is ministered to and taken care of, and then come the needs of the people, because I would be backwards if I take care of everybody else
and neglect your family.
and neglect my family. And I'm guilty of it. I'm going to say it. I'm guilty of it because it's challenging, because you want to serve, you want to help people, you want to be there for people. You don't want
feel like a
want to be
disappointment.
you don't want people to be disappointed,
Yep.
and you don't want to feel like you're letting people down. But you also have to realize, and I'm working on this still to this day because I'm a people pleaser. I'm working on this. At the end of the day, if I do everything for everybody else
and leave nothing for yourself.
and do nothing for me, I'm no good.
Yep.
So if I spend all of my time pleasing people, then I can't
letting
take care of
yourself down.
those.
Yeah.
There has to be
Who
some
needs-
type
who
of
means-
grit and
yeah.
sternness about you.
You talk about balance.
Yep.
And I'm still learning it.
Yep.
I'm still learning it. I'm still figuring it out, because there's new challenges that come with having balance. You got to learn how to. So you got. I mean, you're gonna put that weight on.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to figure out. Okay, well,
What holds more weight?
Right.
When?
Yeah.
What day?
Yep.
What
Yeah, yeah,
time?
yeah.
Like
And then the level of importance, I would imagine.
like you talked about emergencies. Your 911 right now and a 911 for me. It's no disrespect,
right.
Yeah.
but my daughter needs my time.
Yeah.
My son needs my time.
Yeah.
I got to talk to my wife.
I need my time.
Exactly.
I need my time. Right, and my time needs to be spent how I want to spend it.
Because
Yeah.
I have, and I call it a privilege because I understand how essential time is.
Yes, sir.
And how important it is. I have the privilege of having some pastors in my call. I can call right now and be
Yes, sir.
like, and just kick it with.
Yep.
And I have free reign just to call and kind of get an answer just on a regular. You know what I'm saying?
You have that level of access.
Yeah, and some preachers too, right? And I separate the two just because the
I got you.
title is
Yep.
out of respect.
Yep.
and they on the toilet, like, what's up, B? You know what I'm saying? And it's just
Right.
like, you mean that much to me. But
Right.
my point of saying that is, though, people feel like, we feel like that in the pews. That's how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to be taking a crap right now. You're supposed to answer my call.
No, this is
No,
my
I'm
time.
No, I'm not.
I'm
You
trying
know
to
what I'm saying?
Are you gonna
release.
pick up, if I call you and you gonna pick up the phone?
What you mean you was in the bathroom? You ain't answering.
Right.
My mama need. This leads me to a gotta say it. I've been waiting for this because you drove me there. What is a gotta say it? Something needs to be said, and dang nabbit, I gotta say
It's
it.
your show. Say it, brother.
Okay, I just gotta say it. Damn it. Bless you, man. I'm just trying. I like to protect integrity.
Yep. I'm on your show though.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
Learn how to pray for yourself. Stop. And I'm joking about it, but I'm so serious. We, and I'm putting myself in the pew too. We lean on grandma or the preacher or the pastor to pray us through everything. And when grandma gone, my grandma used to pray for me. Have a personal relationship with yourself. This man, that preacher, that pastor ain't got to
That was
pray
a
for
part of the
you to
sermon.
get it. You know what prayer is?
A conversation
Lord.
with God.
Please help me get to the. It's that simple, man. It's learn how to pray for yourself. So leave that man alone. I mean, you want a 911 about praying over a job? If you filled the application out, didn't you? You don't smoke weed,
You
do you?
got faith.
But you got the job.
So you can pass
Yeah,
the test. Well, now they about to take that off the test.
What? They need to. If you don't smoke, if just as long as you don't smoke crack, that's why I think now. And they be like,
Yep, they're removing.
There's no discrimination at this point. Now you're
They're
discriminating.
removing. I think
Yeah,
there's a
Now you're
I-
discriminating against crackheads.
yeah,
because
yeah.
they'll steal for
Yeah,
real, for
you
real.
come back there,
I
And-
know some niggas that smoke weed to steal.
Yeah, but
Me
it's
too.
more. But a crackhead
They
will
still
steal.
in the twos for the Jeep. The crackhead is still in the Jeep. We come back.
Nah, crackhead is
No,
stealing
they
something
stealing-
pointless that's really needed
The
Exactly.
hot water now.
Copper.
The hot water
No,
now.
like you said, the copper.
Yeah,
They
my
going in
thing,
there-
who thought of stealing copper out of house?
Listen, they knew
What
that they get that
crackhead
money
nigga did that?
because they knew they could get that
That
money
is
for it. One
Yeah.
person did it like,
A nigga, he would be
can't-
dying.
you can't discriminate, though.
I
okay,
got this.
get electrocuted.
Like,
Why you trying to
let
get
it go, nigga.
You can't
But no,
discriminate, though,
I
man.
thought to say that though, man, because we hold y'all to that standard though.
Yeah.
You gotta do everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't
my
have
mama
a
needs
rest
you.
day.
I
You
need
can't
you.
have-
And
Yeah.
where are you? Why you ain't in this journey gonna get lonely?
So if I was to interject, and I respect the views and opinion. This is our opinion podcast.
Oh, man, it's
so
so
you are
cold-blooded.
entitled to your opinion.
So pastoral.
but I respect your willingness to respect me in that stead as a pastor. But again, this is your show. What I would say to people is that, you never want to allow anybody to replace the Holy Ghost in your life. And what I mean by that is very simple. Never get to a place where you're more dependent on your leader than you are yourself.
Yep.
Exactly.
If you can't get a prayer through and you feel like God is not answering your prayers, then you've got to figure out what about your prayers, because
Needs to
sometimes
change.
you're praying for God to deliver you from stuff
Yep.
when really he needs to develop you some stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in order to develop you, he can't deliver you.
Transparent moment. I don't want
Go
to
ahead.
cut you off.
You good.
But I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna read the comments. I'm sure you're gonna say it. Yes, I've called preachers and pastors to pray for me.
Yeah.
But it ain't the lack of my prayer can't get through.
Yep.
I mean, I'm in a rough spot right now.
Just some encouragement.
Yeah, yours is so profound. You know what I'm saying? I respect the role in the leadership that you are in. I need you to go on my behalf today, because I can't. So I'm not saying don't do it.
Right.
Right.
To his point,
But
that can't be.
leaning,
Yeah.
but leaning and
To-
depending on only the
to
prayer
push
of-
back.
Yeah.
To push back, what he's saying is, even in that sense, because the Bible says that the Spirit gives yearnings and earnings. You know what I mean? That you can't. Sometimes we can't speak in those situations, but that's what the Spirit is for. Where in those moments where I'm lost of words, I don't see my next way. I don't see my way out.
Call my
That's what the Spirit of God is for. That's why it's in us to, okay, now when I'm going in prayer and I'm having these moments, I may be saying one thing, but the Spirit knows what to
it
say.
Really interpret.
So that is more so what that's saying, but it's also, you know what I mean, what he's saying too, to where it's like, it's okay for me to stand in agreement with you, to where, hey, Pastor, like, I've already did the footwork. I need you to pray that it actually lands.
Yeah.
And a lot of times
it
people are
aligns
going
with
to.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
A lot of times people are going to the pastor where I haven't even filled out the application.
Yeah.
I need you to pray a job. Come to me.
Okay,
But
they
now,
let you fall
out the
in my-
sky. Like when we get done praying,
Because I've been
I
unemployed
want to get
for
a
a
text.
year.
A
It's like,
wizard.
you ain't
Yeah,
done no
I
work
want to
in
get a
year.
text message saying,
Yeah.
"Congratulations,
Yeah.
you are now hired."
they
Like that's
praying
what I
like
want
it's
you
a
to do,
wizard.
and that be the mentality of people. And
Or
it's like,
a genie.
Yeah.
Let me rub this real quick
You
and
can't-
grant a
you
wish.
can't do
Like
that.
that's not how that works.
So
Yeah.
when I say that, I mean, if you got a financial issue, right? Don't call me. Call your bank.
Yeah.
Right? If you sick in your body, I can pray for you, but I suggest you
gotta
go to the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Because there's only so much I can do for you.
That's what the professionals are there
on
for.
that.
But people associate, and I got to keep pastor with everything. He has to do everything, or she have to do everything, but because entitlement, because you are the pastor. And it's like, I'm finna pray for you.
Yeah.
But you finna wither
I'm-
away
I'm gonna
because
pray
you
that
have
you
internal
get-
bleeding, literally,
Right, like-
and you want me to just pray and then that just
And it's just gonna
No,
stop. Like,
nigga.
yeah, you can have faith in
Nah.
in you the prayer, but yeah, don't be a fool.
Yeah.
Like I'm not no surgeon,
But
no doctor, you know.
a lot of
you ain't
times,
filling your car up, but you just banking on no
a
gas
lot of
and prayers.
times
No, nigga.
people make the pastor into Christ.
Yeah.
But the Bible says that
And make it an idol.
come through me to get to the Father.
Yep.
But they like, no, I'm gonna go through Pastor Johnson to get to the Father. So it's like, no.
Become an
If you
idol
continue
God.
reading the story, he said, I'm going to send you help.
Yep.
Where you no longer have to go through a man to get to God anymore.
Mhm. You got a direct
And
connection.
now, and again, we're altar call. And I may be moving forward, but just it's still in the same vein. Altar call, a lot of people feel like altar call is the end all be all. Where
That's just the
no, it's not. It's
That's the
literally
beginning.
yeah. It's me taking, and I use this analogy. It's me taking a can of worms to whoever's doing the altar call. It's me taking this can of worms, me opening it up, say, hey, I need you to do this. I need help in this area. Okay, yeah, that's a lot you got going on here. I'm gonna stand in agreement with you, and I'm gonna pray that whatever this thing you're holding right now, you either, and like you said, God either perfect us in something. You know what I mean? He's either perfecting us in it, or he's gonna bring us out.
Yep.
Majority of the time, he never brings us out. You gotta be
go.
perfected in
Yeah.
it.
You got to get it out the mud.
You gotta be perfected in it.
You got to get it out the mud.
And the thing with being perfected, a lot of people feel like, oh, okay, yeah, it's the people look at the end goal of perfection of a diamond. They look at it shiny, it's pretty.
But you don't know the process that it went through.
It
Came from just nothing
Yeah,
but
it
a rock,
get ugly.
a ugly rock.
It get ugly.
It was an ugly rock,
why,
man, you
which
know.
is why we wanted to do this episode to take, and I'm only saying you because you're here physically,
Yep.
and you're just a representation of pastors and
Pastors.
preachers. So I don't want to beat you up.
Right.
Um,
This is my personal perspective.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
opinion.
yeah, exactly.
Doesn't mean it's the views and opinions of
Yes.
others. But
So I gotta say you because you're here.
correct.
But I want to take a burden off of you. Leave this man alone. You know what I'm saying? Like he not. You know what I'm saying? Like the man in that position, and y'all gotta relax. We gotta relax. What do we expect? You know what I'm saying? Like because who pours into you? Where do you get? You know what I'm saying? You're doing all the pouring, and it's just like I know you need meat right now at Walmart, and I keep saying I know that sounds funny, but that's how niggas be though.
Yeah.
Like I know, hey pastor, you be like, hey man, I just did 6 hours of preaching. I came from 4 meetings. I just want to come here. This is therapy right now. I want to come here, get my corned beef because my wife gonna make meatloaf tonight. You know what I'm saying?
You can't.
Beef and
That's
meatloaf.
two different meals. I'm just just throwing
I was
stuff
just
out
Wait a
there.
minute.
I was like, yeah, you do got a
Maybe
lot
that's the
going
issue.
on.
Maybe that's the issue.
You're trying to mix
That nigga in there, isn't he?
He don't
something
cook.
else.
He don't cook.
Make
You
a
can't-
corned beef out of-
corned beef and-
out of
If you
meatloaf?
can make a corned beef and a
Bad
meatloaf,
brother.
you
You
a
bad
bad man.
Stop this podcasting.
Okay,
Hey,
we don't
you
need
ain't gonna run it up.
But who pours into you though? Where do you get the? And you
Your
said something.
refresh, your restart. Like
Because you said something earlier that this is my personal opinion. I feel like a lot of pastors and preachers are lonely because they only associate with the church. They're around church their whole life.
And I
Ain't got no regular friends, if you will.
Yep. So you can't pour on empty because at some point your car gonna run out of gas and you're gonna be stuck.
Gotta stop.
And so a lot of times I even found it in myself where I'll be coasting till I realize I ain't growing, I ain't moving, because I ain't been poured into. So there are some pastors, shout out to those pastors, who have literally dedicated their lives to the ministry, so much so that they don't have a significant other.
Yep. And it's dangerous.
As for me and my brand, I am Brandon Johnson. I approve this message.
Okay.
I am thankful and beyond blessed to have a wife who understands, number one, the call on my life.
Yes, because that. Ooh,
And I'm
that's
also
that's
in there
strength.
Who also understands how to sacrifice giving her husband up first
Yes.
so that he can be there for others.
Yes. Shout out to all of the leading ladies that
In reality, when I come home, this is the place where I get poured into. My home is my place of peace.
I want to dig though.
Yep.
I got to pry a little bit.
Okay.
When I use the quotations of regular people, because here's the balance in life, I think, right? Excuse me. And I'm paraphrasing, but you always hear this. You got to have a dumb friend around you, a friend that's a little broker than you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You got to have a friend that's a little uglier than you. You know what I'm saying? Same perspective you. Somebody that's kind of on your level.
Yep.
Just in life, period, because those are essential. You know what I'm saying?
So
and I'm not saying literally those things,
I got you.
but I know there has to be somebody that ain't really in the church like that.
Yep.
It ain't really, and you got to go to them because you just like, listen, I just need to holler at you, bro.
vent.
I need you to pour into me.
Yeah. So
on a different level.
Yep. So I've got the beauty of, so I'm a graduate of Florida A&M, and some of the relationships that I built when I went to Florida A&M are some of the most incredible relationships that I have and will be eternal.
Okay.
I am a PK, so I grew up as a
already.
preacher. Grew up, my dad is a preacher. Mom preaches. However, when I went off to college, a lot of my friends, yes, are PKs.
Sid!
Yep. A lot of my buddies are PKs.
Freedom has entered the chat.
I have some people that I know who I associate with who are pastors, preachers. But I'll be honest, man, some of my greatest friends are people who they don't go to church like I do. Yes. So when I call them, this conversation ain't about church.
Nope.
Yeah.
This conversation is like, what's up, bro?
About
about Brandon.
anything but.
This is about Brandon.
Yeah. How you doing? What's
Here's
up, bro?
why I wanted to shine light on that.
It's
right?
an escape.
I want to shine light on that though, because the pew, they disqualify you for being human and a man. They think you ain't supposed to be around the likes of such, or do things and have a drink, or you know what I'm saying, smoke a black and mild. You know what I'm saying? Or
all things you're not supposed to do.
Disclaimer:
Kill somebody, cheat on your wife, beat your kids.
He doesn't do those
Rob a
things.
bank.
I don't drink, and he does smoke black and mild.
I don't smoke cigarettes,
Build a bomb,
weed,
and blow up innocent kids.
black and mild,
Babes.
Nigga, no.
vapes. Hey, what else they got out now? I don't do no type of drugs.
No, but here's what I'm essentially saying though. That
This nigga named everything that's detrimental. Went over an old lady on a Wednesday. On 7 Mile Van Dyke. Nobody knew. You might go to jail.
It's over.
no, but what I'm really saying is that we forget that my position doesn't entitle me to be, and I use words like normal and regular just because that's just the word. You know what I'm saying? To just be a regular Joe, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't. This nigga here. That was good though. I'm in my bag today, so I ain't dealing with her mess today. Well, Shay laugh, y'all. Y'all know. If
You know.
just do this.
Put up the church
Put
finger.
the finger. Put up the church finger. But I wanted to shine light on that though, because you're a man, bro. You're a human.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And it might be, nigga, you need to highlight and call and talk nothing about church. Oh God, you just want to kick it, bro.
Got to disconnect.
Yeah,
Listen.
and that's my focus, because there has to be some disconnect to be connected all the way around.
So this is again why I made the initial statement of I'm a man first.
Absolutely.
I was raised a preacher. First of all, 2 points. Jesus, who is all God, all man, 100% humanistic, 100% savior. He is and has the ability to be everything that we are not for us. Yep. He is our intercessor. What I mean is Jesus, though, although the most saved human being and savior to be present at the same time, hung around sinners.
Yep.
Yeah.
He used them.
He spent time. He spent the majority of his time traveling with 12 disciples, one of who would cuss. Yep. Fishermen, come from all walks of life. One who would betray him. He let a traitor hang around him just to prove how much of a traitor he was, but never exposed him till the time was right.
Yeah.
The point that I'm making is I'm not Jesus.
Yep.
I am a man first.
So
I have essentially earned the title of pastor.
Yeah, how dare I put?
But did I really earn it? Right. This is my ability. For me in the ministry that I serve in, I don't even preach from an elevated platform. I don't sit in a chair. Not a knock to any pastor. If you do that at your
wife
church,
told me that.
that's fine.
I thought that was dope.
If you preach from your pulpit, this is not a knock to you. That's just I sit on the floor with the people because I am among the people. I preach on the same level in terms of my positioning because I want people to be able to feel related, feel like I'm touchable.
Your wife said, I think that's dope.
Yep.
That's fire.
And so I want to make sure that in that respect, yes, I still respect the office at all times, but you do have to disconnect because as a man, I thought about this. I don't walk with God all the time, but he walks with me all the time.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And thank God he does.
Yeah.
Because
Amen.
sometimes as a man, I don't walk with God.
Yeah.
And I might be, I might be by myself.
No.
I don't
Y'all
want
might
to
walk with
talk
God.
about Jesus
Definitely
today.
not.
I don't want to talk about God
No,
today.
you
I
definitely
know
not by
about
yourself.
Which is why
But
Because
when I'm with my
you're not
wife,
talk-
I'm not.
You're not by yourself because we
You
see
said what I might
we see in the news. It's a lot of pastors out here. They leave Jesus back in the car, back at
They
home.
don't even leave him in the car. He at the
keep
park.
a family safe.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shoot this move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, you definitely
No, you're not alone.
yeah.
No, for real. Because I'm like, I'm not a pastor or preacher or anything like that. But on a Sunday, if it's a get together and we just chilling, I don't want to recap church.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't.
It's
I
like-
don't. And I say, and I voice it, and they just be like, "You such a heathen." It's like, no, I was
It's a
there.
disconnect.
I got it,
And I walk every day.
And in my own time, I can recap and digress.
Just
But
wanna
right
enjoy.
now, we just chilling. We just kicking it. We don't got to
And I-
talk
and I-
about.
and I-
Cavassier.
And it's not even always
It's
that
just-
type of
it's-
moment, but
there's
it's
just
just
a-
we're out, like it's
when you
just
serve God on a daily
moment
basis,
away.
man, he is in you and you
Yeah.
live like that. It's just like, it's going to be that either way it
As a
goes.
man thinketh, so is he. What is in you
Yeah.
will project out of you
Like naturally.
naturally.
And we don't have to spend so much time focusing on on not sinning and not living right, as opposed to just know who Jesus is and live accordingly like that. If you focus on that, sin ain't gonna be the least of your worry anyways.
Yeah.
The things that don't line up with the lifestyle and all that, it's gonna be the least of your worry because you're trying to live right anyways.
Yeah.
So I said this before,
But that's also, before you step into that,
well, because we do that a lot.
that's what every relationship.
We just
That's
focus
what
on
relationship
bullshit,
with
Absolutely.
with
don't
your
live it
spouse
right,
or whatever the case may be, even a child to its parent. It's okay. How much can I do that I can get away with?
You'll be served.
And it's like, instead of thinking about that, let's try and flip it in a sense to, hey, let's not think about what you can get away with and how far you can go. Let's actually take a step back
What you
and
should
look
be
at
doing.
all the room you have behind you,
Yep.
instead of you trying to
do
live on this
other
edge.
things.
You know what I mean? You rather walk the edge than enjoy
But that's what
everything
we're
else.
preaching as believers nowadays. Pardon me for reaching over you. As believers, not even just the pastor and the preacher. As believers in the body of Christ, we're just preaching, don't sin. And it's just like, nigga, preach Jesus. Give Jesus and let the person focus on that. That way, it's like me walking up to and it may be a reach or maybe not, It's like we walking up to waking my kids up every day and telling them everything not to do. Like you said, D, don't do this, don't do this. And it's like, well, Daddy,
What can I do?
what do we do? Like Coach Carter. You all seen Coach Carter, right?
Mm-hmm.
All they did was practice on defense.
Yeah.
They
Big screen DVD.
I made eye contact her first. I mean, excuse me.
We good on that? Okay.
But in the movie, they did nothing but defense.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't practice on
And
offense.
they didn't understand.
And he like, why? He's like, that'll come. This what you're supposed to be doing right here.
Focus on this right
Defense
now.
gonna make the offense a lot easier.
Yeah.
But still, nigga, now you're on offense.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then, and I hope you
If I
guys
can
get
stop,
that.
if I can stop you from scoring, and I score one basket, I won.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I ain't focused on what I'm basically is just saying is,
Yeah.
is as believers, we lack that. We don't teach people, and I'm sticking with the analogy, defense. You know what I'm saying? We teach them offense and the importance of not turning the ball over.
Yep.
So now all I'm doing is dribbling at the point guard. I don't want to turn this ball over.
I ain't gonna pass it
still
because
gotta
I might
show,
turn it over.
I ain't gonna use.
But you got
Yeah,
I ain't
24
gonna use
seconds.
my
You got 24
team.
seconds. And you forget about those things because all you thinking about is trying to be perfect. And it's like, nigga, just play D. Everything. Just give Jesus, bro.
Yeah.
Just preach Jesus, bro.
And you have to give principles. At the end of the day, we are all human. We're all people.
I
So
hope that makes sense.
you can preach Jesus, but here's some things you can do in life that's going to help navigate you towards your goal, or some things that you're gonna do that's gonna navigate you away from your goals. So
When I say preach, I mean live. It's
yeah,
just a
exactly. That's
lingo.
exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Just
no,
live.
I'm with you 100%. You want to teach people how to live. You know what I mean? I want you to get Jesus. But the Bible says that the steps of a good man, or I need him to order each of my
where it's
steps.
coming.
Yeah.
So that, well, my life is in a different vein over here. Well, I need you to order those steps and prepare me
Yep.
for what I may be dealing
over
with.
here.
With the, you know what I mean?
and I hope I'm on the same page. I think I am. That'd be my problem with believers too, though, is that we get to a point in our Christian journey that we don't feel like helping the babe because they're too far behind us.
Yeah.
So over here, it look like this for me, and you like, I
you
already
forgot
been
where you
there.
came from.
Yeah, and it's
But
like,
and
and when we say come from, we just mean the struggle,
Yeah.
the consistency of coming to church.
The newness
Yes.
of this relationship.
But it's like
Yeah.
a sibling relationship. Your younger sibling got to go with you. Where so it's like I don't want to take them with me.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like no, they need to
It's
go with
holding
you.
me back.
Yeah, and it's like it's a necessity for
And
Yeah.
then
for them
also-
and for you.
And I was gonna say it
Yeah.
actually helps
Both
that
benefiting
seasoned
from
person
it.
because now I'm very cautious on what I'm doing and what I'm exposing you to.
Yep.
But then it's also challenging you. Are you really walking what you saying you are? Because now you have direct eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas is tapping out
you know.
on Christ based on years. Well, I've been coming to church and knowing Jesus for 36 years.
And you ain't changed.
And you still treat everybody at work horrible. Don't nobody at work like you.
Okay,
I don't
see
know
you
nobody
they
like
see
you.
you coming and go the other way.
Yeah, like when because when I encounter you, man, and my lingo is a little different than people, but you wanna taste like, look like, feel like Jesus Christ. You ought to taste like
without
that.
saying,
Yeah, I ought to be in the
I'm
presence
a
of you and be
follower
like,
of Christ. Like, can they? But that's what they say.
about
Can
that
they?
nigga. That aura, his aura is
Can
just
they
So
tell that you are His
Yeah.
by the way
So
that you
I
love, interact, all of that?
That's funny because my most recent sermon, and this is not a recap. The point is, my most recent sermon that I preached this past week was, do I represent Christ? Right? Do I rep Christ?
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple question,
Yep.
but when people see you, do they see Him?
Yeah.
When they
Absolutely.
hear from you, do they? And I don't mean over spiritualizing.
True.
stuff.
Right, be
Hey
so-
Doc, how you doing, Doc? Oh, the Lord's been gracious. No, this is a rough day.
yeah.
But yet, my attitude
The love of
won't
Christ is
change
still in your heart.
Yeah.
because
It's projected.
I know who's fighting for me.
Yep.
Right. So, do you rep Christ? Do when people see you, when people are around you? I like to be down to earth. I like to try to remain humble, not be arrogant, not be aloof, because I want people to feel like they can be themselves around
I've
me.
gotten that too, though.
But I also want them to still, when people, they'll say
still
stuff
know.
like, "It's something about you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I can say that around you.
Yeah.
But I feel comfortable being my. You want people to feel comfortable
And have a respect level.
and have a respect.
And don't get it twisted. I'm not telling preachers and pastors that they have to dumb themselves down
You don't.
and just
No,
be.
no.
Shout out to Ty
Outrageous,
Trippy.
ignorant and
Yeah.
this.
Ty Trippy went on 85 South episode. He did an episode on there, and he was himself. He still came and kicked it with them. You know what I'm saying? He let them. They didn't smoke out of respect for him, like right next
Yep,
to
I
him.
got you.
But they did their thing. But he like, I don't have to dumb down Jesus and who I am
Correct.
to be here.
Yeah.
And while I'm here, let me
No,
give you
still-
Jesus, nigga.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you
You know what I'm
gonna
saying?
get, you
So,
gonna get them.
but
And I
understand
ain't gonna
this.
force it.
On you.
It's just gonna naturally
Yeah.
come because
But,
that's
I think that's also understand this too, though.
That's my pushback to
That
Kirk
won't always
Franklin.
present itself, though, either.
That's my only takeaway from Kirk Franklin, where whenever he does interviews,
you don't know that Jesus.
yeah,
was it.
he put Kirk in the front and then leave Jesus in the back, to where it's like he go out his. It seems like
to
again,
elevate
allegedly
himself.
it seems like he go out his way to use certain words.
To try to look like
Yeah,
whatever setting
I'm going.
he's in.
Yeah, I may use a cuss word just to show y'all.
Yeah.
I'm down.
No, that
but
ain't
that's just
no,
like,
man. Like,
fitting,
no.
that's like fitting in with the
Yeah,
in
yeah,
crowd.
like, you're not- that
that's
ain't what
not
it
you,
is.
but you gonna try to do that.
Yeah,
like, no,
not-
you look stupid.
the thing
like, you
is-
sound stupid.
Yeah.
Like Brandon was saying, to where it's like
Which Brandon?
I can't. Well, you be this. We already had this conversation.
I just want to know. It might be
this on
might say
record.
something. I like,
It's Brandon
beating
and
that-
Brandon, so
I'm beating that. You
we
beat.
got
Oh, we got the same name, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just-
beating that. I can
no,
beat.
but the
I
same
like myself to
thing.
be quotable, so it
The
might
same.
be.
The same.
that.
No. Trust me.
the other me.
I would have said. I'd have did that. Yeah. I got my mouth real
Real
moist.
moist.
Yeah. I'd have got it. Yeah. So.
You would have said it real wet.
Yeah.
He said pause before though.
I said pause. So yeah, it,
That's
yeah.
like that's like
disclaimer.
that's like if you throw Jesus in anything, it make down. Praise the Lord.
It's like the no disrespect before the disrespect.
Yeah,
They be like,
exactly.
no disrespect,
Also,
but
hey,
so
so-
once you say but
But I hate your
it
mouth.
gets
Yeah,
everything.
like, nigga, what?
So I can't be in church and be like when they play.
No.
Donnie McCurdy.
No, that's not
Nope.
your.
I can't say that?
No, just say it in your mind.
I say your own ears can hear
I
it.
don't know. And that's speak to my heart. Come on, oh, this is my hold my bulletin. Hold my bulletin.
Oh my bullets.
Public service announcement. If your church still got a bulletin,
Listen,
Don't judge me. You need to judge who on the committee, the pastoral committee. Niggas is not voting and speaking up.
like if y'all don't get rid of this,
Yeah.
I still got thumbtacks.
No, but to your point though, and basically what I was saying, and basically you're picky, we on the same page. You don't have to dumb yourself down to extra fit in. Be you. The presence of who you serving, who you're serving. It's gonna be that. And
But also-
hood niggas respect deacons.
they do.
Yeah.
It's gonna
We already
it's
respect
gonna
it.
impact your environment.
But
It's gonna impact your
also-
environment.
Who I am isn't affecting you. Do you?
Yeah.
Right.
You be who you are. If this is what you do you, and I'm gonna still remain who I am, and I'm gonna be
it's not
comfortable
gonna change.
in whatever I'm doing, whatever environment I am. I'm gonna always be me. I'm gonna always represent who I'm supposed to represent, whether it be my family, my wife, Christ. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do those things without taking away from who you are.
Yeah, and
So
the real
I'm not
message.
gonna say, "Hey man, chill out, man. You know I'm a pastor."
Yeah.
I don't
like,
care,
man,
nigga.
okay,
You don't gotta be here.
Yeah, you know what I
there's
mean?
the door.
Yeah, I understand. If we at church, then yeah.
Look,
You gotta say so. At
don't
your
let the
church,
doorknob
yeah.
hit you with
Yeah,
the
you gotta
Lord
say so.
split you.
Yeah.
Basketball court, nigga. Don't pass me the damn ball.
Hear what I said?
Pass me the ball. You whoop pass it. That nigga suck. I don't want to think about this. Yeah, but
You just stick to preaching.
on the court. Nigga can pray for me, but he can't hoop with me. I'm straight up. I'm good on here, man. I'm good. So a little messy, man. And how you deal with the mess? People not liking your wife, not liking, and you might not get to this point yet, liking the kids, and because. So let me say this before I say that, real short. I said this before. I got preachers and pastors in my family, and I used to date women. I'd be like, when you come over, he in his element. He ain't passing nobody right now.
Mm-hmm.
He who he is. You might hear him, cuz you might hear him drink. Don't take that and judge this man off that. He in the comfort of his family, and people may know you personally, and then be like, I know that nigga personally. Man, how do you deal with that?
So you got to be careful. Some people can handle your position in the pulpit, but cannot handle your personality or your person when you are not in the pulpit.
Or can't separate it.
So they can handle you from the platform, but they can't handle you as a person. So you have to be careful because my responsibility is to make sure I don't embarrass myself, my parents, my family. People are going to say what they want to say, regardless.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
People are going to find
They're
a
gonna
way
talk.
to criticize what they do.
Go and say that
like.
cliche. I hate it. He talked about Jesus. Shut up, man.
So, no, I won't say that.
People always say that, though. He talked about Jesus.
They talk-
Shut
right,
up. You
right.
wouldn't even know that.
Right.
But
You actually did that though, nigga.
Right.
He didn't. Nigga, you guilty.
You stole that. You stole that money. You stole that money.
yeah, so
3-time felon. They gonna talk about you, nigga. You in court.
Okay.
Nigga, you in court.
Right now. Fighting the case.
The state of Virginia versus you.
it depends on who it is, man. You have to. People need to respect your decision or decisions in terms of your family. People often make the mistake, oh, I love my pastor, but I can't stand his wife. Well, the Bible says they're one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you dislike the wife, you don't like me. So now I've got to deal with this problem, and I might deal with it not from the pulpit. I'm gonna deal with it as a
As a
person.
man.
husband.
I'm gonna deal with it as a man.
And now
Because you're saying I've had
and have the audacity to get mad at you for that's like
Defending and being upset.
And I'm driving here, man, to defend the position, bro, and have the audacity to get mad at you. Nigga, you don't like my wife, fam, and you want me to. What we talking about here, bro?
Yeah.
Right.
What do we?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You
know
want
what
me
I'm
to
saying?
be here for
And
you.
you mad at me? That's like walking by a gate where a dog at. You jumping at the dog.
He's
Nigga,
supposed
do
to be
something.
there.
And he just lick your hand. You like, I like this dog.
Yeah.
But the moment that nigga be like, "Roo, roo, roo," and defend himself, this dog mean. He's
Nigga,
doing
what
what
he
he's supposed to
You're
do.
doing exactly what you're supposed
You know what I'm
to
saying?
do.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He protecting his own.
yeah, so which is why I brought that up. Like, don't separate the two.
Yeah.
I could dislike her, or I can dislike you and like your wife, and it's like, nigga, no, you can't.
But so there's a lot of I've seen this. I've grown up in church. You have to make sure that you do the small things. So like for instance, I don't let my wife walk in the church without me being by her side. I don't sit in a pulpit and my wife sit on the floor. I sit next to her, right? This may not mean nothing to somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that because you're a pastor and you sit in the pulpit and your wife sit on the front row, that means that y'all are
It's any
separated or y'all
different,
having issues. However, what I'm doing is I am creating something that says when you see me, you see her.
It's your job to give her that security.
Yep.
In that
100.
realm.
It is my job because when they look for the pastor, they're looking at me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's not a disrespect. Sometimes they will minimize your wife to her role, not realizing.
You just
Guess
the
what?
pastor's wife.
I am able to be who I am
Because of her.
Because of who I
because
got
of
at
the
home.
strength she gives me.
She heard this sermon before you.
Right.
Right. We didn't
Act like you ain't heard this before. Say amen when I need you to.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sit up and
Say
clap.
amen on
That's right, babe. I mean, pastor. That's not what we rehearsed. No.
But
You call him babe. That's right, babe. You gotta
yeah. And so, you know, sometimes even in church, I'm not churchy. I might say sweetheart. I might say baby. Why? Because I need people to understand. First of all, I handle my wife differently than I'm going to handle you.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm the pastor and you're the parishioner, she my wife. She like me.
I know what's coming.
Carry on.
Like, carry on.
If
My niggas just say that too, remember. Come to that nigga church. I
He used
wanted
to be the
I thought the nigga said I was just captain behind it. I thought I was just a member. This nigga made me.
so it's
The ones
it's,
that leave Jesus.
it's important, man, to implement things that, in my opinion, shout out our opinion podcast. It's in my opinion, there's things that you can do to kind of mitigate those sort of situations.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, people need to understand at the end of the day, my wife is the equal portion of me.
Yep.
So whenever you diminish her, you diminish me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so now what you have really done is you have disrespected the union,
Yeah.
Yep.
not just naturally, but spiritually.
Yep.
Because when you're supposed to see me, you're supposed to see her.
When you see me,
so
you know.
now that you have disrespected the union,
yep.
I took
Now,
my best off.
Steve Harvey said, he said, I own your hands and you own me. I kill everybody in. I kill everybody in there.
Because,
but I want
behind mine.
I want to.
That's real talk.
Because she loves me, and I tell her this all the time. It's critical that you love me for who I am. My wife don't want me to come home and be like, woman of God? No.
The pastor.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, no.
We in the car listening to Tank. Don't play with me.
Okay.
I did see something on Facebook. I did see something on Facebook where I see something on Facebook.
Can I lay in your bosom?
The wife texted her husband talking like that.
Oh yes, she was asking for some money, and she was like, but she talked to like
it was cute,
in
though.
King
It was
James
cute.
version.
Yeah.
So she was just
asked for some
asking
money.
him for some money.
And he was like, how much does thy servant need? I have hundreds. It was cute though.
Yes.
No, again, man, I'm doing a lot of talking because it's personal for me. Yes, I respect it, and I think this is important.
Yes, sir.
I just want to shine light on that, man, because, and again, I'm not a pastor or a preacher, but I've seen some things, and from my perspective, it could be right or wrong. Okay. I don't know if I'm accurate or not, but I've seen people try to connect to the pastor. Oh, because you in the office before he come out, it's a nigga. Yeah, you know what I mean? Nothing.
Right.
Connected.
But it don't mean nothing.
It don't mean right.
You know, because hell's still gonna be hell when you connect.
Going.
You connected but ain't connected. That don't make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, or I've seen get connected with the wife but don't really care for the pastor, or get connected with the pastor but don't really care for the wife, and it's just like, nah, man. The man kicks in then first.
Yeah. But you have to now. Here's where
they have to shut that down.
Here's where it comes where you've got to have a partner who is equally yoked and understands the call on your life and vice versa, right? I got to understand my wife got a crazy call on her life, right? And so you got to respect it, man. Yep. And you have to be willing to be understanding that, yes, at the end of the day, when the rubber meets the road, we are all God's children. Mm-hmm. We are all people who have been set on an equal playing field, given an opportunity in life to figure out how to get more towards God. Do you represent Him?
Same 24 hours in a day.
I'm trying to represent Him in every way that I know how, and I'm learning. But sometimes it may look a little different.
So I used to do spoken word, right? A long time ago, and one of the things I always say, man, and then in the courtroom of Christ, of Christianity, God is relying on you to be His only witness. Can you imagine just walking into a courtroom and they're like, well, Jesus, call your first witness. And you get up there and you have nothing
to say.
Nothing to say. Yeah. To exemplify this dangerous.
Yeah, that's dope.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, and I'm saying that even to myself, as the pew member, as the regular folk, I'm just using these fun words. I ain't no different than you. You ain't no different than me.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because when we both go and get up there, you Brandon and I'm Brandon.
Yes, sir.
It ain't no Pastor Brandon.
100%.
It is Brandon.
Yeah.
Although you elder because you older than me. So,
don't mean I'm going to go first.
Okay, no. Shoot. You might keep me a little longer.
So it's just important, man, to, although there's a, pause. You got nice cars. I seen your car. You got a nice vehicle. I try to be careful, man.
But you heard what he said. I work though.
Yeah. I'm just trying to be careful.
Yeah. But people don't see.
I'm defending.
Yeah, I got you. Because they don't see that part, so they feel like, oh, they stealing from the church. Oh, the members is paying for all they luxuries. Like, if you driving a Lexus, why can't I drive a Lexus just because I'm a preacher?
What's your doctor drive?
Okay.
Hey, nigga, you go.
They ain't driving no dang on Honda Civic with only the back windows rolled down.
You want the man of God to make it to church, don't you?
Okay. But somebody got to come get me. I'm stuck on the side of the road.
Hey, man,
I'm gonna be late for service today because
sing the extra song until I get there.
I'm walking.
Okay.
There are so many people who have fumbled.
Yes.
it makes it look bad, right?
Yeah, because
You're the assistant manager at Wendy's, right? Burger King, wherever you are.
Yep.
And you don't like none of the people under you. You feel like they need to pay you more because you're dealing with all these people. Why we can't pay the pastor?
Why wouldn't the preacher be getting?
You want an extra $2, don't you?
Okay.
You don't want to make the schedule in. You got people calling off. You got to deal with people. What's
the difference?
What's the difference?
Now I will.
If he gave up his 9 to 5,
but I'm responsible for your soul.
and this is my 9 to 5, and I'm leading these people, and I'm on payroll, and I budget my money right, and I invest in some things, and I know how to. Nigga, why I can't pull up in?
Right.
That's fair.
Because especially then if I had it before all of this even came about, and
I had style and swag before this,
and because you didn't know who I was, you weren't aware of, so it's like. That's labeled automatic, like, oh, they still, that's all church, all they want is passing the collection plate around 7 times, like.
I'm not giving nobody church 7 times, though.
But
I might take
you gonna get it
on the 5th time, I'm taking my $1 back, nigga. Nah, I need to change the 20, fam.
I need to change the 20.
You only gave $2. Mind your business.
No, seriously. And then they don't know. A lot of some pastors and preachers do work a regular 9 to 5 job on top of already preaching. So it's like.
Now, for me, it's important to have my own sources of income because I know how I want to provide for my family. And I never want to put myself in a position where I am depending on the giving of others to take care of me because life happens.
Yeah. For
COVID
everybody.
happened.
Yeah.
And people cannot give, and you cannot expect them to give to you and they can't take care of themselves.
My roof falling in, but you want me to give
But you want me to give to the church? But no.
You didn't expect the Movado watch.
And you about to get put out your house.
For Sam's Club.
He was big man.
That nigga had a congregation of 10 people.
Car about to be repo.
And you want a Movado.
And you want me to.
But
JC Petty,
Nigga
nigga.
mad about that Movado.
It comes with knowing how you want to live, what you want to have. And I'll be honest, having your own and the ability to provide for your family without depending on the ministry to take care of you in a sense allows ministry to be made easier.
Yeah.
Because now I can focus more of my attention on these tithes and offerings need to be used for when somebody's lights cut off.
Yep.
These tithes and offerings need to be used to make sure that we put enough resources to these kids to make sure they're not just dependent on their school to teach them, but they're dependent on their church.
Yep.
When you talk about allocating resources, it's easier to do ministry if I can say, okay, today we're going to go and we're going to bless 10 or 15 families. But I can't say that if I know
If
I
I'm
need that
dependent on
blessing.
that money.
I'm not. I am not.
I'm a little
I
short.
am not.
Today we're gonna feed you
I
one
am
family.
not.
Okay.
Mine.
I am not.
God
I
bless
am
you.
not against, and I'm not saying this in any fashion toward any person or any pastor. You do what you feel is necessary, but as for me and my house, I know that I want to be able to provide for my children, and I know that there are certain things that they enjoy that they want to have that I want to be able to give them.
Yeah.
And there are certain things I want to be able to do for my wife, where I ain't got to be like, hey, trustee, what was the giving like last week?
Yeah.
Can we afford to do this?
Right. Let me get them books real quick.
Can I get her a Michael Kors this week? No. I want to be able to go
Or
out.
But you also
Right. Or Movado.
as a husband and as a man, you also want to have that feeling of I don't have to ask another nigga to do something for me.
Yeah, correct.
If I want to do something for my wife and my kids,
I want to do it.
I want to do it, and I'm going to do it
Have
simply
the means
because
I have the means outside.
I have the
of
means,
In this
and
case,
I've
that nigga
done
is
what
the
I was
church.
supposed to do with my own money, and this is what I earned. It ain't no okay. Well, we gonna have to pass
Raise
the
an
offer, almost like
offering.
you said. Where how much do we make? Oh man, well, babe, we gotta hold back on that.
How much can we skim off the top and still?
Yeah, and still be good.
No, so here's why I drove there,
Can I
right?
interject this real quick?
Yeah.
So I've had people.
It's your house, nigga.
I've
I
had,
want to come next week.
but I'm on your show. So the lights ain't turning off yet. Keep the lights on, baby. So no. But I've heard people say and make comments about why Brandon drive that nice car. How he doing that?
That's why I
All
brought
he
it up.
doing is, well, number one, Brandon got a degree from Florida A&M.
Period.
Right? Brandon graduated high
Let's
school.
start
Brandon
there.
got a degree from Florida A&M. Brandon works. Right? I I do, again, like you just said, as a man, this ain't got nothing to do with just being a preacher. This got to do with being a man.
Yeah.
I want to do certain things that when I give to my wife, I don't want to have to go through somebody else.
Yeah.
Because I'm her husband.
And unfortunately, you're in the camera's view every day.
Yeah.
Which is why I brought it up.
Yep.
I'm not watching your cars, nigga. I don't
Oh, you
want no
good?
smoke.
Oh, you good? We can get some smoke.
But which is why I wanted to hint at that, because it's like you got to understand the life of the man before
Yes, sir.
the call on the man.
Outside of that.
You know what I'm saying? And I also wanted to shine light on the fact that there are some niggas in front of the pulpit that's using that money and repping and making. I'm not even gonna say God's name. I believe it's some real solid brothers that know Jesus that's preaching the word that's just foul, man, in front of the congregation in the church and just doing wrong with money off the top and investments, and so it does look like that. Yes, but I also wanted to give credit to those people that are working. They had a lifestyle and degrees and jobs and hustle prior to this. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Yes, because
or just
serving,
outside of that.
Yeah, like serving people,
like
and serving with people and leading people. Yeah.
When I say represent Christ, man, I think, too, I want to be a representation of Christ, not just in spirit, but in the natural, right? I want blessings on blessings, too. I want to, you know what I'm saying? When people see me, I want them to see God, but I want them to know he working in my life, too.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, I want them to know productivity is happening.
Right. Because I don't know why they expect.
Is this Jesus thing working?
Yeah.
Right.
And if it is, why don't I see it on you?
Exactly.
You praying,
if I'm looking,
that'd be the argument, disconnect between the church
like,
and
why
people.
would I come to this Jesus that you so heavily, but you look busted and disgusted for real. Like, you down bad.
People,
like you real down bad.
The thing
all the
is
time.
with people is, I want to see you doing good. How are you doing
better
than me?
Yeah.
Because then that's what
the
they
thing
question.
with black folks. I ain't never been nothing else. That's black folks.
That's all folks.
I think that's all people.
I ain't been nothing else but black
Yeah,
folks.
I think it's all people.
Me neither.
In
But
general,
I've
to
been around
where
enough to know that
all
it's,
people
it's,
don't wanna see
it's on
better.
it's an even playing
as
field.
long
when it
as
comes
we're
down to
here,
that.
or you down here and I'm up here,
right? It still got to be some type of.
I'm gonna
even
always
if it's-
respect you. I'm
even if
always
it's
be
half an
good.
inch.
Yeah,
You
but
still having
you're
it
not gonna be
shorter.
up here and then I'm here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then even in that, if I am at this point and you are down here, it's my job to be up here to bring you up. You know what I mean? To bring you up, to level you up, 100%. To be like, you know what I mean? Hey, how can I serve? Yeah. And that's the whole point of pastoralship. Yep. How can I serve? How can I make life easier or better for you? What tools can I give you? What principles can we be taught? And what principles can you learn that actually push your life forward?
Yeah. How can I make Christ attractive and to give you some roses, like what he said? So I had a already a respect for you when I met you, right? Yes, sir. We sat down on some other tables. I gained a newfound respect for you, right? Wow. Even now, right now, a different respect. But my point is, to his point, one thing that I shared with you, hey, bro, I don't mind coming to you being ignorant about something. Teach me, bro. Don't ever feel like you belittling me by sharing information, and you were more than open to be like, yeah, bro, like, you can call me about something, like, hey, bro, this, and this. Yeah. I just want to communicate with you, so you don't feel like this. And those are the things that make Christ look attractive. Yes, sir. That make church look and pastors look attractive. I hope all that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Trying to tell our business what I tell my business.
Yep.
And you've been like that, you know what I'm saying? And then sitting at that table, and it's just like you opened yourself up in that vein. Like, listen, bro, I learned from you too. Yes, sir. This together, but I ain't too much up here to your point where I can't hear from you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Let me see how that changed though. But I respect that. Yes, sir. And I think you made a great point, D. That basically, nigga, what are you doing to make Christ look so attractive to even make me be interested and wondering to serve?
Yeah.
Like, I want to serve something that he don't even. And I ain't just talking the physique.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
that gotta
we
be
are
attractive too,
we are.
I agree.
We are creatures of habit. Yes, sir. And with that being said, we're gonna judge you on your outward exterior.
Yes, sir.
To where, depending what you wearing, what you driving, what if this thing that you're doing is so good, why don't I see it on you? Or you know what I mean? Why don't I see you in it? To where it's like what I do, the way I dress, the way I carry myself, and all this. I always look at it in the sense of I want somebody, a young child, a teenager, or whatever the case may be, look at me and ask, "Hey, what do you do?"
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to I Believe brand.
Yeah,
Okay.
You know what I mean. So, hey, what do you do? How do I acquire these things? To where it's like, and I'm not saying, "Oh, I'm a drug dealer."
Yeah.
Because they can only equate somebody that drives a nice car to, he doing something, he a scammer, or whatever the case may be. To where it's like,
no, I work hard.
bro, like I work hard, I do what I got to do. I live the life that a drug dealer can live. I have these things that you quote unquote drug dealers have, acquire and stuff like that. But it's actually another way to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not stealing from nobody. I'm not taking. I'm not doing nothing wrong. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's like, what people want to see.
Be legit and be successful.
Be legit, be successful. And that's what people want to see when they're coming to it. Is where it's like, okay, well, without it looking like something wrong, okay, my grandmama is saying that this Jesus thing is so good, but grandmama got roaches. Grandma ain't never been on a plane. Grandma ain't never, I don't want
that Jesus.
Yeah, like, yeah. I don't want that.
So good, why he got her? Like, but it's like that's not necessarily. You can't just put that on Jesus,
because your grandma is
the one who
got poor money management skills.
She got poor money management skills.
She trifling,
or she might be up in age. She might be up in age where she does have people around her that have taken advantage.
Yeah,
they're and it's like nobody looking out.
Or has given so much to her kids to where she don't have it anymore.
Back.
Yeah,
I think a part of that too, though, is the responsibility of the church. When you talk about representing Christ, I think it's our job to yield our voice, so to speak, to professionals in other platforms, other areas.
That's for when you get done.
I feel like y'all give me honorarium.
Is
this the point where? But so, and I told my wife this. I said, and it sounds crazy, but it's possible. I told my wife, if I'm going to pastor, I want to have a church of millionaires.
Yeah,
and not for me, but for their families, for the communities, because I want to be able to scale back from the pulpit and bring in a doctor or a lawyer or a financial advisor and say, I could preach you Jesus.
This is Sunday
but you need
sermon.
to understand principles.
This is Sunday sermon.
Yep.
Yeah.
You need to understand. Yeah, we're doing a series on finance. Why? Because people need to understand. I can give you Jesus, but you need to understand how to manage your money.
Yeah. Jesus ain't gonna pay them bills.
Okay.
No, you got to do that.
Right. Okay.
You gotta do that.
So he ain't no ATM.
If I
you
don't
give your Jesus card,
right? He paid it all. So
take this back.
The debt is paid.
Sorry. This was like insufficient funds. I don't know.
So this was like
maybe he gave the wrong card.
It's like creating
Rub it on your leg.
Plastic bag.
It's like creating a savings account you can pull from, right? The point of the savings account is it allows you to keep dumping money in so that you can save for a purpose. Mm-hmm. That's how your lifestyle got to be. Yep. You got to keep pouring so much into your spirit man, into your natural man, all of these different principles, things that you can learn from, things that you can glean from, things that you can understand. And then you utilize those principles where needed.
Yeah.
Right? So if I want to have a church full of millionaires, why? Not for me, but for the community, for the people that it serves, so that the church can be the pillar that it's supposed to be.
And have all the resources.
The resources.
Mm-hmm. Right. Those are resources. Man, we're not kicking you out. We're just pressing for the sake of time. No, it's just because I can go all day, bro, because I personally appreciate you for being transparent.
Yes,
willing
definitely.
to open up a can of worms, because it's somehow how some preachers and pastors feel, but some won't. You know what I'm saying? And it's also just saying, hey, pew member, the one that complains about the choir in their notes but refuse to join the choir board. Shut up.
The choir board.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you got boards,
but
committees, the team, whatever, the choir, but you won't join anything.
Right, I got you. How are you?
You expect
how are you
something
putting
out
forth
of
to
the
make
head.
it better?
Yeah.
Instead of just complaining.
But the head not expect something from you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Which is me too.
Yep.
You know, I'm a part of that Pew member too. I'm not exempt. We're not exempt.
Yeah.
You want to sponsor it out first?
Yeah. No, I'm a sponsor. I didn't know if you was done.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, this brings us to the segment of the week. Segment we like to call Suffering Succotash. What is Suffering Succotash? Just when I give Brandon some sentences, some phrases, some terms that he got to read, and his list. Not this Brandon.
The other Brandon.
B. I'm sorry. This is why I give
not
B.
Elder Brandon.
Yeah,
but
not Elder
little,
Brandon.
Little Brandon.
He done moved his nigga to elder now.
He done made the
If I give him some sentences, some phrases, man, and this, he has a lisp. It's pretty strong, as we all can hear and see. But this segment is brought to you by I Believe. I Believe is a lifestyle brand for anyone that believes in something greater than themselves. Head over to the Instagram page, I Believe _lifestyle. Lifestyle is spelled with a Y. And then while you're on the page, now you can actually go to the website. Open up the website.
on.
Yeah. I brought it back. I know, right? Welcome back.
For people that don't understand that one.
Website is www.ibelievelifestyle.com. Guess what lifestyle is spelled with?
A why?
A Y. Thank you. Go to the website, man. Like I said, we got the Leatherman jackets coming. Pre-orders only.
They fired.
Will be online.
Fire.
Again, this episode, by the time you hear this, it'll be Wednesday, which will be after the pop-up shop. Those that came to the pop-up shop, I appreciate you in advance. I thank you. And you also, you got a discount that I would not say for the people that didn't come. But yeah, man.
And remember, I double down on you, bro. If if you purchase just 2 items, I don't care if it's a jogging suit, which is really one. You purchase the shirt and the pants, I'll give you a free room. I'll clean a free room.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't got nothing for you, but
book a room,
what they
I clean a
said.
free room. Yeah.
I'm just backing up what they said.
Shameless plug.
Okay, nah. All right. Okay, I do got one then.
Okay.
For ladies.
Okay, ladies.
I do lashes.
Wait.
Not extensions though.
Go
But
ahead.
if you like to get your lashes done the original way, individual, or if you can't even put on your strip, if you go purchase and you get your free room, I do a set of lashes for
And
that.
that's not even the deal you actually get when you show up, or if you showed up. But it's
Purchase something.
yeah. We gonna find out who showed up because they gonna be posting pictures with lashes and a clean room.
in a clear.
Shameless plug. Can I use my pastoral position?
Jump in on that.
to go ahead and cop me my I Believe Letterman jacket.
Oh yeah.
Since she's sitting right next to me.
Oh yeah.
Period. Look, he's like, I'm already in there.
Put the order in now. I'm a preacher in that thing. It's getting a little cold outside.
You don't have to collect no offering right now, do you? He ain't got it because I ain't got it. We ain't get no jacket today.
Today,
We're
but,
gonna
you
do a
know,
regular order. We're gonna do a live version. Y'all charge us to know?
$10 cover charge.
Yeah.
No, I want to get mine today.
Hey man,
I
no,
got you.
listen, y'all can't. You have no excuse not to get nothing, man. You getting all your little bald headed lashes done. I'm clean, little
Bald-headed?
trifling, nasty little dirty
not
bathroom.
bald headed.
Not trifling houses.
Ooh, I said lashes.
Oh.
I said no,
No,
not
you
trifling
said
houses.
you cleaning
You
trifling.
cleaning-
I need
houses.
trifling houses. I try to keep me employed. If it's dirty, if you think it's trifling, call me. Call me.
Even if
Whatever.
it's just dirty, you just need
Whatever.
to
Just
get
dirty. You ain't gotta
Call
be
me.
trifling.
Yeah,
Don't be
call me.
trifling, but
Yeah.
you just a little dirty here and there, you know.
Call me. All right, here we go.
Shout out to Autumn Fresh.
4 fine fresh fish swimming upstream. That was a lot.
Oh,
4 fine fresh fish swimming upstream.
okay.
All right. Sheep should sleep in a shed.
God bless you, my baby.
Not that God bless you.
made
You want to
it.
throw Jesus in
Yeah,
there.
you said I could throw him in there regardless
Okay.
of what.
Well, speaking of throwing,
Uh-huh.
let's throw a wrench.
Oh,
And would you rather?
Wow.
And this could be all 3 of y'all.
Okay.
Might as well. Minus well.
Minus.
All right. You know, some people, they just don't
Yeah,
know. And that's
yeah.
how they type it. Like, minus well. Minus what?
Take it.
What are we subtracting here?
I didn't know they had this kind of math.
I didn't know it was
algebra.
I didn't say
Okay, I don't know. What are we doing here?
All right, first one. Would you rather work an overtime shift with your annoying boss or spend a full day with your mother-in-law?
Mother-in-law.
I ain't married, so
Hypothetically,
Mother-in-law.
your lady's my mother.
oh, she dope.
Or-
mom for sure. For sure.
Who, me?
You
Oh,
said mother-in-law.
yeah.
You said
yeah, definitely mother-in-law.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least we know. Got some positive mothers right here. You know, some folks don't. They like, yeah, I don't know. They're like, yep, give me the boss.
It's your mama.
Okay.
It's just a mature answer. You end up fighting at work and lose your job, so just don't go and deal with the nigga. Just stay home with your mother-in-law.
But then you subject to get into it with your mother-in-law. Now you and your wife is on the house.
Just take my ass home. You said stick with her. You ain't say.
But I'm saying, you get into it with your mother-in-law. You don't think your wife gonna have her back unless she was really in the wrong?
She married.
But even then, she's still gonna sort of kind of have her back.
It's all right. Death do us part. This nigga is so embarrassing.
Oh. All right.
Shout out to I Believe.
Right. Look, you got orders coming through. That was his alarm. He had to go put in the big order. All right. Would you rather lose all of your teeth
Oh my God.
or lose a day of your life every time you kiss someone?
My teeth, bro.
Yeah, I lose my teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah, take my teeth out.
I like kissing. That's the
Yeah, I
crazy
was about to
part.
say, yeah.
Who you telling? I love kissing.
Disclaimer: I only like kissing my wife.
Right.
Well, I think that's crazy.
So everybody just gumming it around here.
Yeah, that's what it is. At least I can kiss somebody.
Right.
Must have smoked
You don't need no teeth to kiss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it might work out for her. No, never mind.
Yeah, no.
Funny to me.
I got you. Because some folks don't. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
you
you.
know what I'm
Okay, little less teeth, little less teeth.
more on the lip, less on the teeth. Less on the teeth.
More tongue, no teeth.
I don't know why your teeth down there. What you down there doing with teeth? That's what I want to know. Wait a minute. Is this something new?
No, that's just, it's wrong.
you doing with
You
your
don't,
teeth?
you don't want it. I don't want it either.
I'm just saying, they're not even in the way now. They absolutely not even a thing no more.
Nah,
You
no,
gotta
no,
worry
no,
about
Yeah, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Would you
Don't judge me.
Would you rather walk to work in heels or drive to work in reverse?
Reverse.
I'd take the
Reverse.
heels.
Reverse.
Take the heels,
That
bro.
nigga.
Wait, man, reverse. That's a
Told
lot,
y'all.
bro.
Every
That's a
episode,
That's a lot, bro.
getting gayer and gayer.
The way you sucked on that straw earlier,
that nigga was-
I think y'all go neck and neck now.
Getting gayer and gayer.
Who give it who neck?
You gotta drive to work all the way. Nah, I'm straight, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm not walking in no heels, man.
Man, I think I work 10 minutes away from the crib. What it is?
Okay.
That's 30 in heels.
Calves be strong.
Okay, now y'all know how we feel.
I'm driving in reverse.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm reversing.
Reverse heels.
Yeah, I'm straight on driving backward.
All right.
Whip it and reverse it.
Would you rather get into a fight with Jackie Chan or Jet Li?
Oh man.
Give me Jackie. Yeah, give me
Jackie Chan.
Jackie. Jackie cold too, but
Give me Jackie Chan.
you ever seen the Mummy with Jet Li? I'm straight. Yeah, go.
Yeah, give me Jackie Chan.
Give me Jackie, man. I'm straight. Or Jet Li.
Jackie owes some
Yeah,
a whoop.
I'm straight. I'm straight.
That man's 70 still doing his own
Yeah,
stunt,
give
bro.
me-
He
is.
gonna whoop
Give
you.
me Jackie, bro.
At least he'll do something funny. You know what I mean? Or he punching me like
Right, he gonna say
drunken
something
master or
like,
something.
Give me Jet Li. Might go quicker.
Right, get me out the way quick.
Quick, go on and
Over with.
finish it.
Okay, last one. Would you rather be submerged in acid alive or be eaten alive by alligators?
Oh my life.
Give me the ass. It's over quick.
I don't know about that.
That's painful.
That's
Man,
that's not that quick
acid
though.
or
be-
alligators.
Alligator might take my arm and might take his time chewing it. I'm just sitting there angry.
Oh,
Nigga,
thank
take
God.
the other one. Hurry up.
finish the job.
He might be like,
Acid.
he might be like, I'll be back tomorrow. No,
Acid.
give me the
Yeah,
acid, man.
yeah,
Get it out the
acid.
way. It's okay.
I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah,
Alligator. I go alligator. I'll probably get made to some shoes. a part of me
Not
lives
you
on.
gonna be.
A part of me lives on.
This the designer in him. I believe.
Part of me
I
lives
believe.
on.
They don't
I'm
make-
here to tell the
They
story.
don't
Man,
make shoes out of their stomach. I don't think you're gonna be a part.
I don't know.
You're not
You
gonna
never
do
know.
nothing for
The
their coat.
inside of the shoe is
This
made out
nigga
of
is
something.
are you marketing right now?
I know, man.
That nigga said, "Shout out to the caterers."
I know I can
You
be a
eat me,
button
you
up.
gonna get
Yeah.
real
I
hard.
can be a button up.
Put me with
Nah,
a
he
dope
gonna
outfit.
be a purse. No, he be the heels you walking to work in.
Hey, real quick, I know you about to jump into that. If you could be an Avenger, one of the Avengers, who would you be?
I don't think you know.
Nigga, you don't know. Pastor,
We had this conversation. Remember?
Sir.
Sir.
Remember that?
No, I was asking if he's seen Avengers.
Oh, okay, I got it. I'm about to He said he on his own. You on your own, but he see.
He's. You ain't never.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said you did something, but you.
I
I got
thought
you.
you was asking like.
No, he
who
making
are
sure
you
D
Avengers?
is
Check
in.
off
I
on
got.
me. Don't bid on me. They're gonna bid on me. I seen Avengers. Give me Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Oh, for sure.
I can't argue with that.
That's my dog.
Nah,
I would be Thor.
Okay.
That nigga was just. Yeah, swag. It was just.
Put the heat on my chest. I'm ready to.
Okay.
That uniform, sweet boy.
No, I will. It definitely got better. Who would you be?
Probably Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
This nigga is. It's like the save answer.
I
No, that's dope though.
think Black Panther was cool.
No, yeah. I can't wait till
It
the
was like a
11th.
black. It was like a black answer.
Really
That
dope
would be
outfits and stuff.
I can't wait till November
He was a
11th. though.
king.
Give me
Yeah,
Iron Man.
who would you be? She-Hulk.
Give me not She-Hulk.
I heard
she
it was
looks
whack. I haven't seen
trash.
it. I haven't seen
She
it.
said she was trash.
She
It look
looks
like- it
trash.
just look
Like
like it.
I'm mad. Like
I gotta watch
just
it.
leave the ogre look to
I don't like that they got her twerking.
Did it?
I haven't seen it
They
yet.
did.
I refuse to watch it. But I was gonna say because Iron Man would be one definitely. All of them would be. So I'll take Hulk.
Take the Hulk.
I'll take the Hulk.
You could. It could be Doobie. It ain't no.
I'm just saying. I take the Hulk.
You be group.
So I got
I
a
am
I got
Little tree
a
Barton.
I am group.
I got a Push and P this week.
He's funny though.
Push and P that I have is actually
Push and P.
pride.
Come on, Pride.
Pride.
Like the
Oh, it would be. Oh, you would
Yeah,
pick
yeah.
Pride.
Like
Something you shouldn't have, right? All right, so I'm gonna
Too
step into
much-
it.
too much
Pride makes excuses. Humility makes corrections. What is that saying? A lot of times we walk around life not growing, not getting better because we won't take advice. We won't humble ourselves and say, hey, I may not understand this fully to its capacity, and I may need to take a lesson from somebody. Pride stops that, but being humble, it actually tells you that, hey, you're not as good as you think you are in this situation or while doing this, and you may need some help or bring somebody along that can help you. So yeah,
and
be humble.
get away from not receiving the message because of who the messenger is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Therefore, humble yourself under the mighty.
I got 2 questions for you, B. You ready? For everybody.
Not elder B, little B.
Yeah.
Oh, not a nigga want to be elder. Now you got to call me little. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'm a big old.
You got lowercase b and capital B.
Ain't this?
Why?
Wait till this mic
Why
go
was
off.
the gay man fired from the sperm bank?
I'm not participating.
Wow.
He got caught drinking on the job. Second question is, do you think
Oh my God!
That's why I said I'm not participating. You see what I did, right?
What a song.
You see what I did?
He said cue us up.
I grabbed my
do you
cup.
think
Let's wrap it up.
do you
said this
think
is over.
crying
Shut
is a
down.
sign of weakness or strength?
Strength.
Graham.
It's cleansing for the soul.
Strength.
Strength.
Okay.
Now I want to him. Is able to keep us from falling.
Okay,
it.
where's
That's
the
the show.
benediction?
That's the show.
He said we gotta go. We gotta go.
Hey man, thank you, Beef. See y'all next week. I'm voice 1.
I'm voice 2.
And I'm voice 3.
I'm just here.
I'm Elder B.
Elder right.
I'm the bigger one.
Signing off.
I'm the big brother.
Capital B and little B.
Thank you, bro. I enjoyed you guys.
Great job.
I hope
Yes, guys.
something was